our Adrien Brody movie, Detachment. How did you feel?
Neutral, man. I don't know what to say.
I think it's a
I got detached.
true. I also got a bit detached from life itself after watching that movie. He's won Oscar twice,
Hmm.
Adrien Brody.
Hmm.
One in 2002 and one in 2024. So he's a really strong actor.
ಹೌದು.
But he does this kind of roles only, mostly. All tragic, brooding.
ಅವೊಂದು ಪಿ ಕೆ ಬ್ಲೆಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಸಖತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು ಆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮಾಫಿಯಾ ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಖತ್ತಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದು ನೋಡಿನೇ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಮೂವಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು.
ಈ ಮೂವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಗೈ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೈಸೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೈಸ್ ಎವರ್.
ಅವನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ.
Summary ಹೇಳ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
First thing is, it almost starts like a documentary where Adrien Brody is talking about the life of a school teacher, and he's a substitute teacher in the movie. And it also has some dialogue sequences where other school teachers are saying why they got into teaching in the first place. And Henry Bartz is the name of the protagonist, played by Adrien Brody. Henry Bartz has been assigned to the school, which is sort of failing, which doesn't have good students, good rating, or anything. And he has to be the substitute teacher over there for a month for the English class. He is clearly detached, which is, I would say, apt, because as a substitute teacher, he doesn't have to get attached to his students or anything, or rather, he doesn't get the chance to be attached. And there have been some incidents in his life that are quite tragic. He has lost his mother when he was 7 years old, and his grandfather is currently in the nursing home or something, and his grandfather is losing his mind. And also, his dad ran away from their life. They show a sample class of him teaching, and the first thing he encounters is some rowdy students, one of whom is sort of riffing on a like sort of a fat lady in the class, and the other guy is a very aggressive guy who throws the teacher's bag. What happens is, Adrien Brody is very calm. He doesn't get emotional or angry or any of those nonsense that some teachers exhibit, like the less experienced ones. He's very professional, and gives them an assignment. And the assignment is, if you died and it was your funeral, what would people say about you? Which I thought was a really interesting way to approach the class. It sort of gets everyone's mentality out on the surface. Then this is where the story takes a much more deeper and darker turn. It's not just about teaching. He encounters, let's say, a lady of the night in a bus. That lady sort of attaches herself to him. She starts talking to him. She also gets down from the bus, and she's very young. I think she might even be a minor or something, maybe like borderline 18 or something. He just walks away from her, on like ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, okay, why do I need to get into this mess? This is not something that I need anta. And then what happens is, one fine day, I think I might need your help here. How does he encounter her again?
He would be at the hospital after they call him up ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿರ್ಚಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗೋದು.
So that is clearly a sensitive issue for him. Anything that relates to his mother or grandfather. He's sort of in a bad mood, and he encounters that girl again. She asks for money because she doesn't have food. He's like, let me just get her to my home and I'll give her food. Okay, this is where I felt things were crazy, because I don't think any of us would have done that. And this is one of the things which sets him apart as a character from normal people. So he gets her home. He sees that she's been taken advantage of, so he just lets her stay at his home for a few days. And they sort of have a sweet father-daughter sort of relationship. And that is one aspect. Now, coming to the mid part of the story, things are not going well at the school at all, and the principal, she's sort of losing her job, and there is a politician who's come up so that the school can prosper. And the reason that he gives is absolutely crazy. He's like, the resale value of the area is going down, because if the school doesn't do well, no families want to come into this area because there is no proper school or anything. So the resale value of all of the plots, the buildings, the lands in that town is going to go down. Going to the ending sort of section of the movie, there is one student in his class who's sort of like a goth sort of girl, and she does this tragic drawings, and she doesn't really have a good relationship with her dad, I think, because he's like, what is wrong with my daughter, she's doing all this crazy stuff. Endally, she tries to form a bond with this Adrien Brody character, and I think her name is Meredith. And she's crying, she's sad, and she tries to hug him. But he's like, let us talk to the school council or the counselor or something so that she can get more professional help. She runs away because she feels going to the counselor is like one of those things where it doesn't really matter, because they're just going to give you those textbook phrases and they're not really going to listen, they're just going to tell you what they want to tell you. At the same time, there is another teacher in the class. Her name is Sarah, and she happens upon this scene, and she sort of like, why were you hugging her? And he absolutely loses it at that point. He starts shouting, he starts screaming. He's like, do you think I was taking advantage? Now, coming to the other girl in his apartment, he sends her away, the lady of the night, and she doesn't want to go. And there is a huge scene, and she's crying. And that seems to be the end of that, at least at that point. It's the final day. I mean, it's the final day in the movie, and it's sort of a celebration or something in the school. And Meredith, the student, she has cupcakes. She has a lot of happy cupcakes, and there is one cupcake which is sad. So she is offering cupcakes to people, and he asks her, "Can I have the sad one?" And she says, "No, that is for me." And I thought this was something weird going on here, something sinister. And finally, she eats the cupcake and she dies, I think. The final scene of the movie is Henry Bart's is sort of internal in his own mind. It is of an empty classroom which has been destroyed, and he's just sitting there. So that is the summary. Took quite some time, but
Made it to the summary, man. That is how you saw the movie, is it?
so it is a take on the school system, especially where things are going really bad. It is also a take on the lives of teachers, and in this case, the substitute teacher, and we look at the system through his eyes. It's a movie that you will think about it down the line, at least for a few days or something.
ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಾತನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ what did you think about it?
The thing is, his grandpa and his mom are the only people that have been present in his world. But his mom overdosed on drugs, and he finds her dead when he is 7 years old in the bathroom, completely naked, and she is in this weird, grotesque position. So that would have left a deep impact on him. It's more of a story about his personality and things that have happened in his past and how it has affected him, how it has made him detached from the world. And I don't really know about his grandfather. There is something sort of sinister going on there. Like, his grandfather sort of took advantage of his mother, or he was a creepy guy, or something. I think something like that was there. Some element. It's not especially mentioned. She would lock his room's door.
Reason why main character is like that in the sense, how do I say, let's say he seems to be detached, or he doesn't want lot of things to be happening, or let's say something like that, because on date nalli hodaglu the girl, she keeps talking and telling so many things, and from the looks of it, he doesn't like to be with someone who keeps chatting or talking a lot, or he doesn't want to get involved with anyone, it feels like. And first thing is, like, of course they won't say anything about his life past or anything. Like you told it, the movie starts with like a documentary style plot. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಟೀಚರು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಸಿ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ತರ. ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಕಮ್ ದೇರ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ arrogant, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಈ ತರ ಟೈಪ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ರಿಪೇರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಂದರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ all the teachers are struggling. And you can see different teachers, some are leaving, some are not attending the job, and there is one guy who takes pills to be sane.
That guy, I want to talk about that guy. That guy, I think, is one of my favorite characters in the movie. He just jokes about everything. He's calm, but underneath he's a very, very deep guy. And ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ when he's trying to help that counselor, that Asian counselor who tries to talk to the students. And one of the standout lines in that movie is when that student says, "I will unfuck your shit up, you uptight motherfucker." And this guy, he starts making jokes about it, and he sort of turns that line around. He doesn't get angry.
He does
He's
impressions.
the sort of he does impressions. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, because all the kids are like that, so everyone are onto your face. They know they're being forcefully sent to a place where they don't want to be, and they are arrogant. It's because even in their house the situation is like that. Their parents are also in like that, because there have been complaints where the teacher has tried to do things, and even the parents are not cooperative. So for example, ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಡ್ದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
So you can't hit students here. That is one more thing.
That is also there. And no matter how rude the student behaves, they have to be in good terms or something. So it's very hard to bring those kind of people into line. But that is where this protagonist has done a really good job, because of course he doesn't give a shit about all these things. He has seen a lot of things in his life already. And coming to that part, he has become like that because he knows that his grandpa, he is like a pervert guy or something who has taken advantage of his mother.
He's losing his mind, and he's not the same guy he was. That is a very, very tricky situation to be in, because you're not really angry at the guy like his grandpa, because he's not the same guy anymore. I sort of saw it like that.
Yeah, he lost memory. At the same time, he's also like, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗಾಯ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ಮಾಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ಹಿಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪಾ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್, ಸೊ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಥರದ್ದಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಎಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಯಂಗ್ ಏಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್, he doesn't know, he doesn't want to take any action or whatever. But trauma part, let's say, athradide. At the same time, the grandpa also likes this guy, and even the guy also likes his grandpa, like he respects and all those things. I feel like he keeps seeing the notebook which has kept near the grandpa, thinking that maybe he remembers something and he'll write. But one fine day, I think the grandpa also says, if you see your mom, please tell her that I didn't do, ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು, ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳು, ಆ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ರಿವೆಂಜ್. ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸೀನ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಸೀನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. When Meredith, she tries to hug this person, right? He knows that people might think ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಆಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಿ ಹಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿ ನೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ, ಸೊ ಎಂಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ her more mentally ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ another lady comes up and then she misunderstands the things, and then that is when everything he gets like ಇದಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತಿ, ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಲ್ಲ.
He's like so pissed off at the world because in situations like those, even if you do something with a good intention or you have just good intentions and thoughts, people take it negatively. They sort of create these taboo things around it, maybe because other people have taken advantage of situations like this, but that sort of removes your chance to be a good person and help people if that happens. I think he is frustrated about that also, like that aspect.
But at that point, it brings him those visuals of his mom and grandpa. So
Okay, I didn't make this connection, but now that you're saying this, right, that is why he gets so pissed off.
ಹೌದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಆ ರೀಸನ್ಗೆನೆ ಅವ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಕೊಡೋನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಡ್ಯೂ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೀಕ್, ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಡೌನ್, ಆ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಇಟ್. ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಡೌನ್, ಈ ಥರ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗೋವಾಗ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ರೇ ಮೀ ಟು ಬಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೈಟ್ ಲೇಡಿನ you use some
the lady Erica
lady of the night,
the lady of the night. Let's call her Erica.
ಸೊ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋವಾಗ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ದ ಸೇಮ್, ದಟ್ ಲೇಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಗಾಯ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ನು ಫುಲ್ ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಹಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಲಾಶ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇವ್ರಿಬ್ರದ್ದೇನೋ ಹಳೆ ಫ್ಲಾಶ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ that is why he'll be avoiding that lady also, because she's a sex worker alva avಳು. Somehow she just wants to get money to survive for that. And even in the documentary he keeps talking about the youngsters mindset, these kind of people, the arrogant ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. And that is why he gives her like a second chance, because ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ನು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಗಳಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಲೆಸ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಥರಾನೇ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಈವನ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಲೆಸ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್, ದ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಬಟ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಲೆಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ಫೀಲ್ಸ್ ಪಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್, ಆಯ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗೇನು ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅನದರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್.
And also when she says, I need some money to eat food, I don't have money for that, I think that's a very triggering point for the character, because she's just trying to get money to survive.
So basically the way he thinks is, okay, she's doing this because she doesn't have any other choice ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇವಳು ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಮೇ ಬಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವನು ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇನೇ ಅವಳು ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬನ ಮನೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವಳ ದಂಧೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪಿಸ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್. ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಯು ಡೂ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗಿವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಟು ಲಿವ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
And if you like remember that scene and like remember the details, one thing that really struck me over there is he makes the guy pay her, because he doesn't want the guy to take advantage of her, no matter whatever sort of business they're engaging in. He makes sure that he pays her. I thought that was also a very powerful scene. You don't get these kind of scenes in like normal movies, that kind of thinking.
Because previously you would have seen like the other guy, he would have not paid her,
hit her and gone away without paying. Yes,
yeah, all these things would have happened. I like the fact that he tried to help, but he didn't try to interfere with her life so much as such, and he asked her to get some test and all those things. And even she liked his character because she felt that someone is out there in the world caring for someone like her.
He's sort of caring without really judging. That's more important. He's not overbearing, he's not trying to control. He's just like, I'll help you, you do whatever you want, but don't do your business anywhere in my home or near me, and I'll just help you for a few days. It's your life, you are an adult.
But sad part is she ends up liking him. And another thing is, even the girl in the school, right? She's not a normal.
Her dad says if you get like thin or something, and if you stop doing all this goth shit and draw something nice for once, you can get married to a nice guy. And her dad is like this super aggressive, violent, insensitive guy, and she's just sad because she doesn't have anyone to share feelings with or something.
Even in school, when someone was abusing her, the teacher
Huh.
kind of stood up for her, and even she
Hmm.
ended up liking him. And then
Hmm.
when she wanted him to be on her side, trying to console, and
Hmm.
then she told, "You're the only person who can help me," and all those things. He wanted the school authority to take care of all those things, because for him it was
Yes.
just a substitute teacher. He had to be that way. But later on, as we approach near the movie ending, right, he does tell that there are certain things that even adults do wrong, and certain things ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದೇ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ರೀತಿ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿಂಟ್ ಡೂ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಹಿ ಡಿಡ್ ವಿತ್ Meredith, he didn't say go to council or whatever, and then he just hugged her and
Yes.
then tried to console whatever, that might have saved
Huh.
her life.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. She thought he's the only guy who is sort of understanding, but then she feels, okay, even he doesn't understand. Like there is no one who understands me or something like that. And she finally decides to take her life.
And also after this incident, ಅವನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಕೇರ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬ್
Erika.
ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬ್ ರಿಹ್ಯಾಬ್ ತರದ್ದು ಕೇರ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಗೆ ಎರಿಕಾನ ಕಳಿಸಿದಾಗ, ಈವನ್ ದೆನ್ ಶೀಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮೀ, ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್
Hmm.
ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್
Can sort of set me right or something.
ಆ
Yes.
ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಈಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡರ್ ದೇರ್. He'll be thinking like how normal other adults would think, and then once all
Hmm.
this incident happens, you can remember, like movie ending ali, he goes back and meets her. That is when
Yes.
his thought process will change, and if it's possible for me to take care of her and she's happy with me, then it's okay. So avaga on
No,
vapas.
but I don't think he
Hmm?
does he like actually like ask her to come back or something. I don't think so.
No, but he does mention andre ಆ gist ಇದೆ.
So the thing is, I thought he made a good decision in sending Erika to a place like that, because there are maybe like other people going through the same thing that she is going through. But the decision that he made was he would visit her or something, like as a friend or like a big brother figure, so that she has that connection with a person, like a mentor figure. Or I thought that is what he felt was the right thing to do.
ಇವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ಲು. ದೆನ್ ಶಿ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಒನ್ ವೇರ್ ಶಿ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೋಪ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೆ. Then
Hmm.
again he's sending back to being in some kind of screwed up situation. For him that is a good situation for her, but ಅವಳ perspective ಇಂದ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ it's not a good situation. That is how he saw.
And also, when you mentioned that when they were just together, I think that was one of the most beautiful moments in the movie, where they go to this supermarket or something, and she buys him a present. That is such a nice scene, and the way that they have done it, it is so beautiful. And probably like the best scene in the movie when it comes to like feel good.
For me, the good moment was when in the beginning, the black kid who comes and throws his bag, and then he says that one dialogue. No? That is was my good moment. Good moment in a sense, like it's a good line to say.
What was that line that he says?
He says the bag doesn't have emotions, so it doesn't feel anything. Similarly, even I don't have I don't even feel anything, so you can just go back and sit or something. I'll give you a paper.
Yeah, but that's a lie, right? He doesn't.
No, that is true. Like,
No, he doesn't feel anything because of that interaction. But it's not true that he doesn't feel anything at all. Like deep down, he has like all these strong buried emotions, which sort of come up when he's in bad situations or when he's in situations that affect him.
yeah, but no matter whatever students say,
Yeah,
nothing will affect him. So that is what he
yeah,
means.
because he's seen so much shit already. It's less than a mosquito bite for him.
That is there, and also
He's a mature
he
person.
is a substitute teacher, right? So he doesn't have to do anything about it. That might also be there.
One more thing coming to the students, right? The one scene which absolutely shows how bad things are is not a single person comes to the parent teacher meeting. You can see how disinterested the parents are, or how negligent. They're not fit to be parents at all.
And you told about the minister or something, right? So if there is a school in a community, and this is of course like the school that take care of B grade or C grade people, and if such a school is not performing well, then of course the locality is supposed to be a bad locality, or like it will lose its value. So from that point of view, he says that things are not going well. And coming to the main principal, when she joined or when she was in the beginning, like ಅವಳು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋವಾಗ she also was like very good, and
She cared, she was optimistic.
ಆ ಥರ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಎವೆನ್ಚುಯಲಿ ಶಿ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲೈಕ್
Cynic, like
ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡು ನೀನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸರಿಗ್ ನಡೀತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಶಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ಈವನ್ ದೆನ್ ಆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋ ಅಹಂಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಳು ನೀನ್ ನನ್ಗೇನ್ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಅದೇ ಇದಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಗಾಯ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್, ನೀನ್ ಇನ್ನ ಆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆಯಾ ಯೋಚನೆನಲ್ಲೇನೆ, ನೀನೇ ದೊಡ್ಡವಳು ಅದಿದು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇರೋದು ಹಿಂಗೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಳಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
Yeah, and she sort of loses her job in the end also, right? She's sort of like lying on the floor,
Yeah.
and she's crying.
Yeah, because the
I thought, which
school
was a
not
very
doing well.
strange reaction. I thought she was crying not because she lost her job, but because she lost her way. She changed from the person she was and let everything go to hell. Rather,
Yeah.
she lost her own conviction.
So even the parent teacher meeting, it tells that like how concerned they are on their kids. They can't spend time to come and meet them or care about them. They only come and complain.
And it's more like they just want the students to, or their children to go to the school just to get rid of the students. Because if you remember that one mother who comes in angry because her daughter has been expelled, or she can come when her daughter is expelled, but she cannot come when there is a parent teacher meeting.
Crazy movie.
It's crazy, but good. What did you think of the final scene with the empty classroom and the broken tables and chairs and everything? I sort of wanted to know what it actually meant, because I was trying to figure out what does this mean.
That's
in the
what
broad
he
context,
was
like
just ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರೋ
a temporary
ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡು, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಂತಾರೆ,
introspect.
ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅವನು ಒಂದು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ ಹುಡ್ಗಿ ಆತ್ಮಹತ್ಯೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲಲ್ವಾ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹುಡ್ಗಿದೂನು ಇದಾಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಸೀನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಗೋಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಗರ್ಲ್.
So you think that scene is sort of like in his mind, because the girl has died, the entire classroom has sort of collapsed.
ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡಲ್ಟ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈವನ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಕಮ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್, ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೀನು ಆ ಏಷಿಯನ್ ಟೀಚರ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, even when the principal, she tells that they have to get good grades for the school to sustain and all, right? So they try to force do certain things, and then they want their kids to get good grades. And ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿಡ್ಸು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಸರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಸರಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. I don't know, there should be different method, and even parent cooperation ಇರಬೇಕು. There are so many things.
So they have so much facilities in the school. They have so much funding as compared to students over say in countries like India, or like say other developing countries. But they don't have that emotional connection or emotional strength or something that is being provided by their parents or their teachers. So even with all of the facilities, they are in such a bad state as compared to students in other countries who have like almost no facilities, but they have that emotional support from their parents or teachers. Do you think the grandpa was innocent?
I think he knows that he has done something wrong, and at the same time, it could also be that his condition was like that, as in mentally ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಥರನೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಚ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಡನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ he feels bad for it. At the same time he's sorry for it also. Like ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ, ತಪ್ಪು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, and he regrets whatever he has done.
I thought one of the reasons that Henry tries to get his grandfather to write down his memoirs is he wants to know the truth, whether his grandpa was bad or not. I sort of felt that. He's like, right.
ನಾನು ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಅವ್ನು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಝೈಮರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಹಿ ಡಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ಝೈಮರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ forgetting certain things, but I don't know.
Yeah, and he thinks his daughter is still alive, and he's going to like his work or something when he's retired. But still, what a movie, right? So many deep themes. Okay, I think this is a beautiful analysis.
ನನಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ.
I don't know what it is about. It's about the substitute teacher. It's about the school system. It's about the youngsters. It's about the girl who is working as a sex worker. It's about so many people's emotions and state of mind.
ಓವರಾಲ್ ಬಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗಿನ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಾರಣಗಳೇನು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವೈ ಆರ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್? ಒಂದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್. ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್, and let's say if the system is taking care, they are not coping up, like helping, being with it. They are against that also. And at the same time ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ, ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಇದೆ.
And that politician scene is also a very strong indicator about what the economy actually cares about.
ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರೋದು ಇವಾಗ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಕೇರಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಆ ಥರ ಇದೆ.
It's about money. It's like the students are just a statistic. The politicians are worried about the resale value of the land.
Yeah, what's your rating, man?
I think I'll give it, like, there's nothing bad in the movie. I think I'll give this I don't know, between 9 and 10.
I guess you will give 9 or 10.
Yeah, but I don't know if I should give it a 10, but I don't think there's anything that is like loose or low quality or anything wrong in this.
The movie has made you detached.
What is your rating?
Wait, you watched this when you are not feeling good, like when you are...
No, I watched this when I was feeling normal, neutral.
Do you think this movie would have had different impact depending on the person's state of mind?
Yes. If someone's feeling bad, they will feel much worse. If someone's feeling neutral, I think they can sort of analyze it better. They'll not be caught up in the bad things of the movie or the tragic things in the movie.
What about people who will be
who
high?
are feeling extremely happy and good?
No, who will be high?
I think high. I think the people who are high, they'll not get a lot of the deeper themes because they'll be like, whoa, dude, look at that.
But you never know, because like from what I've heard, people who are high, they go in deep. My rating, I don't know, man. I think hagalkai palya and chapati.
Okay, it is apt only. Hagalkai palya.
Hagalkai palya and chapati because it tastes good and depends on the person. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಹಿ ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗಲ್ಕಾಯಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೆ ನನಗಿಷ್ಟ. ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹಾಗಲ್ಕಾಯಿ ಪಲ್ಯ ಚಪಾತಿ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್.
I think I can get behind your way of rating movies now.
I feel this is way
Yeah, it
better
should be like this.
way better than giving numbers. I'm very bad at giving numbers.
No, I think I should stick to the number and you should stick to the food.
Yeah.
That way it's going to be a better show.
I'll give it through the emotion, you give it through the analytics.
Yes.